So Atlanta is a new show by Donald Glover where he plays Ernest, a guy who has a daughter and an on and off thing with her mom Vanessa, and it's not until his cousin Alfred has a surprise hit with his song under the name Paperboy that Ernest decides to leave his job and become his full-time manager in the Atlanta hip-hop scene. And let me start out by being honest with you. I'm not a fan of Donald Glover. That doesn't mean I don't like him. I certainly respect him as I would anyone that's willing to venture out the way he does. Being an actor, a rapper, a writer, a comedian, all under the same belt, that says something. I can tell he's talented, he's just never done it for me. And I'm also someone who does not like TV shows. I mean, I do, but I just hate the constant, oh my god, watch this, no watch this, no watch this, no watch this. So with all that laid out, when I tell you Atlanta is one of the best new shows to come out, that's saying a lot. And what works about Atlanta so well is, simply put, Donald Glover. Not just for the obvious reasons, but everything he does, everything he loves is brought together here. His love of acting, his passion for music, his humor, his observations as a writer, everything is mixed together in a wonderfully cohesive, well-shot, and carefully paced TV show that feels genuine to him.
I'm making a very conscious decision to make a show for rappers. Rappers live in a very existential place. Like, you have all the money in the world and you have no money. You have all the friends in the world, you have no friends. Like, it's a very confusing, weird, but funny place.
What's up, guys? I'm Zan.
Yeah, I don't know you.
You want a hat, Paperboy?
The way him and his crew take material that on paper is absurd as satire, but present it as grounded and realistic as possible is what gives Atlanta its unique edge. When I reviewed The Get Down and talked about how uneven it felt, this is what I was referring to. I'm not saying I wanted that to have the same tone as this, I just wanted it to pick a lane and commit to something. Where The Get Down was like, oh, Shao wears Pumas, and he literally runs like a Puma, and then the next minute went, let's kill some kids because we're a serious drama now. Atlanta is always consistent with itself. Instead of the story having mixed tones, Atlanta's humor comes from characters having surreal clashes of reality. Except they work because they're given an actual context to explain it when the scene's over, whether it's a genuine reaction or a line of dialogue that hits the point they're trying to make. The characters are all great, but more than that, I love all the actors and the chemistry they have. In fact, if I had to pick a favorite, it'd probably be Paperboy's friend Darius.
If we do this right, your kids can live good, my kids can live good, Darius's kids.
I can't have kids.
I'm sure I'll find out why when the time's right.
When is it appropriate time to talk about my balls getting smashed?
Right now, apparently.
And this has nothing to do with how I feel about the show, but something I kept thinking to myself about Vanessa is, damn, she looks a lot like The Weeknd. If there's any problem I initially had with it, and this is gonna sound weird, but it was how episodic it felt. Like, a character would come up in an episode, and after that episode, just disappear, or they introduce an entire plot line and would never come back to it. So the show just kept running into this feeling that it wasn't really building to anything, but was just going through the motions. In fact, episode 6 focuses entirely on Vanessa, and I was scratching my head like, okay, so where is this going? And then they hit you with episode 7. And let me tell you, episode 7 is where this shit really went off in the best way possible. I'm not gonna spoil it. In fact, they didn't even put out any clips of it, so I couldn't show you even if I wanted to, but let me just say that it was a beautifully surreal piece of television. It was the love child of BET, Adult Swim, and Charlie Rose. Again, there's no way I can explain it without giving it away, but if you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And that's where the absurdist stuff got cranked up to 11, and I had a fucking blast. And this show has moments like that all throughout it that come up when you least expect them. And that's part of what's so unique about it. It's not built on its absurdity. The absurdity comes from the characters and the environment around them. Everything in this show is to the point and every bit worth your while. Now, I'm very precious with my perfect rating, so it's not a 5, but Atlanta definitely gets a 4.5. If you saw any of the ads for this one and felt the least bit interested, please, please, please check it out. And if you have seen it, what did you think of it? Leave a comment, let me know, and I'll see you guys next time.